All right, welcome to part 3 of a video series for TipTop Tracker, the only application that's going to help you track your tips as well as your taxes. So here we are, right here on the tax screen. Right now it says that you owe federal $0, state $0. You've earned $0. This is actually not correct. If you remember in part 1, we actually had a previously earned amount. So if you go to your employer, and I changed it, so let's go back to 17,600 and 2017. So if you lower right, hit save. This is what it was before. And you go to taxes. There we go. So this is how much, based off the previously earned, that you've made. Now this isn't anything that you've added, and we'll next video learn how to add tips. And once we learn how to add tips, this number will increase and increase. Your federal tax will increase, your state will increase, and the total amount earned will increase. It's based off of your tips that you made from the day that you started tracking. It's based off the tips you made before you started tracking on TipTop Tracker, and that's going to be for that specific year. And then it's also going to take account of your hourly wage, which mine is $2.13 an hour. So every time I put in my tips, I have to say how many hours I worked. That's also being calculated here in the tax portion. Also, if you have an additional employer, see on the top where it says all employers, on money it's just showing the statistics just for Burger Shack. And for statistics it says since you've been at Burger Shack. But for taxes it says all employers. This is taking in account of all the employers that you've put in for that specific year. This year is 2017, so I have one employer, which is Burger Shack. So you have your filing. These are the only two settings you need to worry about, is your filing and your exemptions. So for filing, you have your choices here: head of household, married joint, married separated, and then you have single. These are just IRS filing statuses. I am single. Now you have your exemptions here, and you're going to need to put at least one exemption. That's going to be for yourself. You're claiming yourself on your taxes at the end of the year. I know whenever you start a job, usually they ask, oh, you're claiming 0 or 1. Some people put 0. They put 0 because they want to withhold as much taxes as they can. With 1 and more, you're saying that you're claiming more dependents. So those people, say you have kids and you're claiming 2, well, they're going to take less taxes out of your paycheck that you get, the hourly wage. So let's say you put 0 in here and say save and refresh. It's going to say TipTop calculates year-end taxes, which the IRS requires a minimum exemption of 1 when filing. So that 1 is yourself. You have to claim yourself when you're filing taxes. So let's go ahead and put 1. It automatically puts 1 there. Hit save and refresh. It's going to go back there. $720 what you owe for federal, and state is $580. If you change some of these, let's say that it's 2. You're going to hit save and refresh every time you change it. Look, you end up owing less for federal. Let's say 6. I'm not sure what this is going to do. It looks like you don't even owe anything for federal. You'll see right here. Why is federal tax amount 0? You're allowed to make a total of $30,600 for 2017 before filing taxes. Now that's if you have 6 exemptions. This changes. This number, this baseline number, changes based off exemptions and your filing. I wonder if I put head of household, save and. All right, look, the number went up. I can make a total of $33,600 before federal is even calculated. So if I make less than $33,000 there as a head of household with 6 exemptions, I will never have to pay federal taxes, which is nice. But in this case, having 6 exemptions, so claiming 6 people, including yourself, making $33,000 a year is probably not even feasible. I don't think you could live off that. So let's go back to our regular settings. I'm single. And I have 1. I'm claiming myself. I don't have any kids. So go ahead and refresh that. And there we go. 720 and 580. That's just the basis of taxes. Now, if I go back, let me go back to this here, the employer screen. And Let's go ahead and put, say I made $9,000 previously in 2017. I hit save, and I go back to taxes. Hit save and refresh. Look at that. Look how much less I owe because I made $9,000. See, federal is not being calculated because I haven't hit that amount, that $10,350. I haven't made that yet, so it's only going to calculate state. Now, once I start slowly, let's say we put $15,000. We'll start seeing how it works here. Tip, taxes, look at that. So it's increasing. Now I've went past that threshold, and now it's going to start calculating federal. So if you've been tracking for months and you're like, man, why is this not working? It looks like federal is not calculating. That message is always going to put the most accurate threshold that you can based off your settings. Basically make as much money as you can without federal being calculated. So that's just the basis of taxes. I'm going to get into the employer screen next, adding an additional employer and seeing how that takes apart, as well as another video explaining how tips play a part as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me at support@tiptoptracker.com. Be sure to download the app, of course, and I'll see you in the next video.